Hi everybody. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm not meant to be the final speaker. But I was in the forest today with my students, and that's relevant because when we parted ways after a day in the forest, I told them I was very proud of them. I told my Jewish students that I teach, I told them that you guys are very brave because all year they face these issues with me. We talk about Israel-Palestine, we talk about what's happening in Gaza, we talk about how people in Gaza are starving, and they face that, and they know it's wrong, and we talk about it. And I told them I'm very proud of you because many of our adult people in our congregation can't do that, can't do what you can do. So I think I'm coming from that place, and I want you to know. I'll speak from my Jewish perspective. So last week's Torah portion was called Kedoshim. Kadosh or Kedusha means holy. And the whole Torah portion is about how to live a just and holy life. One of the sayings in that Torah portion, verses, says, "You shall not hate your sibling in your heart. You shall not take vengeance. You shall not bear a grudge against them, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself." Maybe you've heard that one. The Torah commands us not only to avoid hatred, but to love our neighbor as ourselves. This is not a call to sentimentality. It's a demand for justice. When we see Palestinians being slaughtered and starved, when we see the cultural infrastructure of Gaza, mosques, libraries, museums, universities, and schools being destroyed, when we see the destruction of hospitals and water systems continue to be destroyed, when we see children, aid workers, and journalists being targeted, when we see families torn apart, and entire communities denied their basic rights, we cannot look away. To love our neighbor as ourselves is to stand with them in their struggle. The Torah demands that we see our shared humanity. There's another passage. When a stranger resides with you in your land, you shall not do him wrong. The stranger who resides with you shall be your kin, and you shall love them as yourself. That's just a few passages down. The Torah reminds us, you shall love the stranger as yourself. The Torah does not ask us to tolerate strangers. It commands us to love them. In fact, Palestinians are not strangers to me, we're siblings. We must demand citizenship for everyone. We must demand equal rights for millions of Palestinians in a safe and free Palestine. Our sacred texts teach us justice is not optional. Real love calls us to act. We can only claim to love if we respond to the suffering of Gaza. If we resist the cruelty enacted by Israel and the US. We must stand up against this ethnic cleansing, this genocide, this apartheid, and dispossession. Our liberation is bound together with the Palestinian people. So I call upon the university leaders, the students, the professors, the faith communities, and all the people of conscience to stand up and resist this genocidal war. Ultimately, much like the reparation and healing process we must undertake in this land with Black and Brown and Indigenous peoples, we must address the root causes of injustice. We must address the root causes of injustice impacting the Palestinian people, who are denied a shared future of justice, equality, and freedom. I join my teacher, Rabbi Lynn Gottlieb, when she says we must continue to hold fast to a vision of a world without walls. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, much quoted as an activist Jewish leader, once said during the time in the Vietnam War, he's not much quoted for this, "Whenever I open the prayer book, I see before me images of children burning from napalm. Today, when I open the prayer book, I see before me images of children in Gaza being burned alive. Today, when I open the prayer book, I see bombs scattering body parts. Today, when I open the prayer book, I see Palestinian parents crying out with empty bowls in search of food for their families. Too many Israelis have been killed. One is too many. And too many Palestinians have been killed, just 300 in the past 72 hours, topping 60,000, an unimaginable amount. One is too many. Each martyr is an eternal sacred flame that cannot be destroyed as we carry their dreams forward and work for a region that is free and safe for both Palestinians and Israelis." I want to end with a prayer from I'm in rabbinical school now, and my rabbi is at the forefront of Palestinian liberation cause, Rabbi Lynn Gottlieb, and has been for decades and decades. And instead of sitting on the sidelines like many Jewish leaders, she's in the forefront, pushing all of her students in her rabbinical school to stand up right now for Palestinian liberation. And it's incredible to see that leadership. It's not common. So she wrote this prayer for peace. "May it be the will of the loving presence in our lives and the lives of our ancestors that we erase war and bloodshed from the world, and in its place practice peace, so that nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Rather may we all cling tightly to the value of peace. Let there be a truly great peace among every person and their fellow human beings, and let there be no discord among people, even in their hearts. May we recognize and deeply know this great truth. We have not come into this world for strife and division, nor for hatred, nor for rage, nor for provocation, and nor for bloodshed. We have come here only to encounter loving presence and the wellspring of internal blessings. As it is written, I shall place peace upon the earth, and you shall lie down safe and undisturbed, and I shall banish armed conflict from the earth, and the sword shall not pass through your land. Loving presence, who is Shalom, bless us with peace." It is so important that we have this visionary, even though if it feels so far from the truth, so far from reality. I continue to pray and I continue to imagine so that we can work towards that reality together.